the ACLU as to whether this report will lead to any prosecutions. That is another question that the White House said today is up to the Justice Department.
As the president has said repeatedly, he thinks that we should be looking forward, not backward. He does agree with the Attorney General that anyone who conducted actions that had been sanctioned should not be prosecuted. But ultimately, the decisions on who is investigated and who is prosecuted are up to the Attorney General.
Jamil Jaffer of the ACLU joins us now. Thanks for joining us. You were the chief litigator in all of this over the years. Let's talk about what happened last year, because last year you did get this Inspector General's report, but it was all blacked out. You couldn't read anything.
That's right.
So you went back to the courts, and now they're going to release it. We're showing our viewers now the original version that was released. You couldn't even read the title page. Now you do believe you're going to get something today which will give you more details.
That's right. That's right. It's a litigation that has now gone on for 5 years, and initially the disclosures that the CIA made were extremely limited. You showed one just then, but we're hoping that today we're going to get something that provides a little more information to the public, something that sheds a little more light on the lawfulness of the CIA's interrogation program, the abuses that were conducted as a result of the program, and also we hope some information about the origins of the program, who it was that was responsible for the development of the program. Was it the CIA itself? Who in the CIA? And or was it somebody outside the CIA? Was it political officials outside the CIA who were the energy behind the program? So we're hoping that today's release will shed light on all of those questions.
We do know already from what Newsweek has reported that there was the case of the coal bomber who was intimidated during his interrogation with a power drill and with a gun, and that this obviously crossed every line, legal and otherwise. What is your reaction to that?
Well, look, that particular incident is obviously outrageous. I don't think anybody needs to be convinced of that, but I think it's important not to lose sight of the bigger picture here. The problem here wasn't a problem principally of rogue interrogators. This wasn't an issue of CIA interrogators running wild. There were all kinds of abusive methods that were expressly approved in Office of Legal Counsel memoranda written by the Justice Department, and those filtered down to the CIA, and the CIA relied on them. And so the problem here isn't principally a problem of rogue interrogators. It's a problem that's much more systemic. And we want to make sure that the public understands that, and we think that the release of today's report should underscore that fact.
So if Eric Holder does go ahead and appoint prosecutors to go after individual interrogators, do you think that that will potentially take people's eye off the ball over the big picture? Is that just going after the small fry and not the people in charge at the Justice Department and in the White House? Well,
we would certainly be unhappy with an investigation that began and ended with the interrogators themselves. That's not to say that interrogators who violated, who exceeded their authority shouldn't be prosecuted for it. But the investigation shouldn't end there. The investigation has to be broad enough to encompass not just the interrogators, but the senior officials who authorized torture and the lawyers who facilitated torture.
And just wanted to also bring everyone's attention to the fact that one of your clients, Mohammed Jawad, was released from Guantanamo today, we're told. Can you bring us up to date on that and the broad outlines of that case, of that young man? Yeah, sure. This is news we just got. This is Mohammed Jawad is a boy who was apprehended in Afghanistan in 2002. He was held at Bagram and then at Guantanamo, has been held there since 2002. He was a juvenile at the time he was apprehended. He was charged in the military commissions, but all of the evidence was thrown out on the grounds that it was obtained through torture. And today, Mohammed Jawad was released to his native Afghanistan, and we're very pleased with that outcome. All right. Thank you very much, and we'll be talking to you over the next couple of days as we see the outcome of these thousands of pages of memos. It's not just the CIA internal investigation. We understand that all of these other Freedom of Information lawsuits are also going to be dumped out by the Justice Department today. Thank you very much, Jamal.
Thank you.
And coming up.